Let's get right into it. Thank you for watching. My name is Brian Fabel. I'm the owner and partner of many home service businesses doing six figures a year. I've personally closed 55,000 in sales in a single month using this home growth sales formula. My goal is to teach as many people as I can on how to create active high income. You stay disciplined and put in place what I teach you here. You could be earning at the very least 30,000 in revenue within 3 months, guaranteed. So, here is the 9 step action plan. Step number one, you need to create an irresistible offer. The best salesman cannot close anything without an irresistible offer. You need to create an offer that is impossible for someone to refuse. How can you make your service more valuable than any other provider of that service? What problems do customers of these services experience? What are the solutions? Most of the service providers in your area are using marketing and sales approaches that just don't work. They'll first see what everyone else is doing, copy it, and make it cheaper to incorporate a more for less acquisition approach. These businesses' margins are incredibly slim and barely make enough to stay afloat. To make an irresistible offer, you need to be indistinguishable from any other offer. You need to incorporate more value, a premium price to justify that value, and a guarantee to ensure the quality of the work. There are many ways to incorporate value. For instance, if you were selling a power washing service, you can add window cleaning and gutter cleaning to the full house wash service, making it stand out from your competitors. And here's why you need to charge premium prices for your offer. You can boost the perceived value and emotional investments from customers, leading to an increased trust and smoother transactions. It can provide more resources to optimize your service to further deliver better results. And higher prices can increase profit margins, reducing stress and improving decision making. Step number two, learn how to sell a premium service. In order for your business to flourish, you will need to provide a premium service offer. In order to provide a premium service, you need to charge premium prices. In order to charge premium prices, you need to learn how to be a successful salesman. Here is what you need to know. When it comes to making a purchase decision, customers want to feel confident that they're making the right choice. They need to be absolutely certain on three key things: the service, you as the seller, and the company you represent. Here are the three criteria for people to buy from. The service. Customers want to know that they're getting good value for their money and that the product or service will deliver on its promises. Be knowledgeable about your product's benefits and communicate them clearly. All right, that is very, very important. If they don't understand your service or product, how can they, feel like they're making a good decision? The company. Build customer confidence by showcasing your company's expertise, reliability, and track record of delivering quality product and services. You can demonstrate this success through testimonials, reviews, and case studies. And of course, finally, you. To gain your customers' trust, you need to prioritize their best interests over making a quick sale. Transparency, honesty, and authenticity in your interactions are absolutely key. Respond to their questions and concerns professionally and courteously. Courteously. You will need to know a sales system to incorporate raising the certainty levels for these three elements. And I'm going to provide that to you now. Here is the sales process. First step, you need to build rapport. It shouldn't take long. 2 to 5 minutes is all you need. I recommend 2 to 3, but it can go, for as long as 5 until you're overreaching it. You need to find common ground and something to relate to. Whenever I'm starting my estimates, I always look around, my environment. What do I relate with them with? I pick that subject out, and that's what I talk about first. Second step: intro into yourself and the company. A quick 30-second pitch into who you are, what the company is, etc. You don't need to go into how long you've been in business, just the key details on why your business stands apart from the rest. Well, it wouldn't be why; it'd just be you know in a authoritative way, showcase your company and yourself. It shouldn't take anything from your credibility. It should just explain. Um, Third step: qualification and questions. You need to find out exactly what they're looking to get done. You need to go through all the questions are important. It makes them feel like you're very interested in what they have to say. The fourth step is the pre-close. Very, very important. You need to run through expectations of the rest of the appointment and to remind them of payment details and promotions. So how I would say that is, okay, Mr. Customer, thank you for giving us this opportunity to earn your business. Right now, shouldn't take too long, 35, 40 minutes, just to do the estimate. Majority of the time will be me doing measurements and calculations. And then at the end, I will present you the agreements. Remind them of, the percentage down, how much they need to pay down if they want to go with you, and what deals, promotions, discounts are you doing for them. My recommended discount is always an urgency discount, where if they book the same day, they get a decrease in price. So that's something you can incorporate. You can tell them, and then at the very end of the pre-close, you want to ask this question: Mr. Customer, is there any reason besides price why you wouldn't book with me today? Now, this gets them thinking on any objections other than price that they need to get out of the way before they hear the price, right? So, this is where you can clear out any objections that you need to before your price drop. Okay. Step 5: project inspection. Inspect the project with the prospect, and after they show you exactly what they want done, you measure and you calculate a price. And at the end, you present the agreements and you close. Review the agreement, go over the entire agreement with them, make sure all points are hit, and then you ask for the sale. When starting a sales appointment, you need to make a good first impression. Communicating to your prospects to increase their certainty levels on you is determined greatly by your body behavior and the tone at which you speak. There are two types of certainty: there are logical certainty and emotional certainty. Logical certainty is based on the words that you say, and emotional certainty is based on your body behavior and tonality. Now, um, you know, this may help you in determining what you need to focus on when it comes to closing the sale, which is tonality and body behavior. You could say, absolutely false things to your prospect, but if you say it in a way where you're confident and your body behavior shows that you're being confident, you know, they could believe you, even though it's not right information, right? So words themselves aren't as important as the tonality and body behavior. During your estimates, you need to be able to stay in control of the sale. Staying in control of the sale is an essential skill for any salesperson, as it helps to ensure the sales process is efficient, effective, and successful. To demonstrate this, I like to pull up the sales line. Now, the top and bottom line represent the boundaries of the sales call. When you are outside the boundaries, it means you and the prospect are talking about nothing that has to do with the topic at hand. You may be talking about who you had dinner with the other day. You might be talking about, what's going on in their lives, right? This isn't always a bad thing. Rapport, when we build rapport, we're not talking about the actual appointment itself. but that's why I don't think rapport is as important as the other steps. Um, when you're inside the boundaries but not on the line, the prospect is doing the talking. When they start talking too much, more than often you'll move farther and farther away from the line. They'll start talking about the subject of what they want done, then they might start rambling on to something else. In that case, you want to be able to, I'll probably talk about it. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it more in this training. You want to paraphrase what they're trying to say to where you can start doing the talking and stay more in control of the sale. When you are on the line, like I said, you're doing the talking. You're guiding the prospect along the line of the sale. You are in complete control. This is where we want to be, but it's not always, the best case, especially when you become a good salesman. Good salesmen know how to hop off the line real quick to make a certain point to further drive themselves back on the line. By staying in control of the sale, you can guide the customer through the sales process, address any concerns or objections they may have, and ultimately close the sale. Here are some tips on how to stay in control of the sale as well as why this is important. Setting the agenda. You need to set a clear agenda at the start of the sales process, informing the customers of the topics, goals, and desired outcomes. You need to ask questions and actively listen. Ask open ended questions to keep in control of this conversation and learn about the customer's perspective. Active listening and paraphrasing, as I was saying earlier, can help you manage lengthy responses and move on to the next part of the sales process. Addressing objections. Addressing objections involves actively listening to the customer's concerns, acknowledging the objection, and providing evidence to support your solution. We should also strive to address the root cause of the objection and reframe it in a way that helps the customer see the value of your solution. Now, an example of this may be, let's say they're looking, there's no urgency on their project, right? They don't want to get it done right now. They're going to get it done later, right? Now, to reframe that objection in a way that it helps them even more, you could say, well, Mr. Customer, I know this might not be something urgent for you to do. You might be looking to do this next year. However, looking at it, the way things are going, this may cost you, up to double of what it would cost you right now if we wait till next year, right? So you reframe their objection in a way that makes your solution more powerful. Closing the sale. When the time is right, confidently ask for the sale. Use a closing technique that aligns with the customer's needs and preferences, and ensure that you have addressed any remaining concerns or objection before closing. Why it is important to stay in control of the sale. Actually, I'll go back to the closing. There's two closing techniques that I like to use. One is a Alex Hormozi close. I learned from him. Basically, people are more, they like to say no to things more than yes, because yes is a sign of commitment. So to reframe your close in a way to where no is the answer that you want, you ask, are you opposed with moving forward with this today? They say no, great, let's move forward, right? Second close is the option close. If you have, let's say, you're a painter and you have 3 different paint products that you can use. At the end, when you go over the agreement, you go over all the prices, you say, which option would you like to go with? This isn't a yes or no question. This is basically just saying, which option would you like to go with, right? Why it's important to stay in control of the sale. 1, it helps you build credibility and trust with the customer. 2, it ensures the sales process is efficient and effective. 3, it increases the likelihood of closing the sale. Step number 3, you need to create an optimal website. You don't need much in your site in the very beginning. It only needs to be a single page site with a few key points. Free site builders can meet your needs, but some have higher quality templates at a price. Building a site may take a day, but ChatGPT can speed this up to a few hours if you're very, very much grinding. Alternatively, you can hire someone for a few $100 to do it for you. The website blueprint. The first part of your website, you need to start with a clear explanation of your business and location. Next, a form for prospects to request a free quote. You want to have this right at the beginning of your site to make sure they're not spending too much time on your site, because too much time is a bad thing. They could be distracted by something. You want to make this very, very quick interaction. 3, below that should be your client testimonials. However, if you're not there yet, you can skip it for now. 4, a summary of your business and why it's the best should come next, followed by a list of services or service processes. And at the end, you want to end with your guarantee and a second link to a quote form. Step 4, create your business cards and flyers. This is only if you haven't made business cards yet, or if you haven't made any for door knocking. Or you could use some tweaks on your existing business card. You need to find a business card to pull inspiration from online. Once you have the idea picked out, you'll download Canva and put one together based on the template that you choose. Once the design is done, you can get 500 business cards at Staples for like $35. They'll print them in less than a day. If you don't want to design your cards, you can have someone do it on Fiverr or Upwork for $50, depending on the skill level of the freelancer. If you have more to invest, buying door flyers can be nice because you can hang them on each house that you visit when you're door knocking. However, I don't recommend flyers because, one, they are expensive. They're very expensive. They're about, don't quote me on this, I believe like $150, $200 for like the same amount of business cards that you would get. Business cards you can put at the door as well. Plus, business cards also come with a personal aspect to them. If you're at the door, take my card sounds a lot better than take a flyer, right? So overall, I definitely think if you have just a little bit of investment allocation, I would say business cards are the way to go. But it's your choice. Step 5, hit the doors. Once you have business cards, it's time to write up a door knocking pitch. This is the pitch. This is how you get the best interactions. Okay. So first you start, hi, how are you? Right? You want to just, it's like an icebreaker, right? Hi, how are you? They might say good. They might just stare in your face. Whatever the case be, icebreaker. Next part, my name is blank. My name is Brian. I'm the owner of S&B Painting Services. That would be my pitch. We're doing work on whatever street that you have an existing client on already to make your service feel more real in the eyes of your prospect. Let's say, if you don't have any work going on in the area, you are doing work in the area if you're, making a business out of this. So you can say that and it's not technically lying, right? I'd love to give you a free estimate on any, whatever your service is, projects you may have in the next few days. And then you should have this entire script glued to your mind after you knock 40, 50 doors. The goal of the pitch is to get their name, contact information, and what they're looking to get done. If you get a yes and go, great, what's your name? And start typing away in your notes. We don't want to give them any time to change their mind. If they say yes and give you their information, try to schedule the appointment at the door so you don't have to call and schedule later. If they can't, well, you still have their contact info. If you get a no, which is 95% of the time, you'll follow up with, we also do such and such, and have it be something that may not have been recognizable from the first pitch. So if you're a painting company, let's say their house needs washed but not painted, you can pitch the painting first. They say no. Well, we also do window washing. We also do power washing, we also do soft washes. That could be something that they could pick up. If they say no again, say, "Can I leave you a business card?" In the case you know something pops up in the future, they'll usually say yes out of respect. So at least you'll have some advertising in their house. While you're door knocking, have a schedule in mind for scheduling appointments to come back to do the quote. I recommend never selling at the door unless it's a small job or you're selling a low ticket service like window cleaning. And if it's a big service, if it's usually a big service and it's a smaller project, if you can be on your toes and close an unexpected sale, do it. You always need to meet the person on at least two separate occasions to build the most trust. It's actually more, but two, we don't live in a perfect world. Two is optimal. So you're lowering your chances of closing the deal when you sell at the door because that is only, one meeting. If you don't have a client list already, schedule projects a month ahead if you don't need quick returns. This will allow you to spend more time marketing to build up a client list as well as a contractor list to fulfill the work for you. You can spend time fulfilling your own work. However, the more time you spend fulfilling that work, the less time you're spending gaining work, which in terms of time management pays more for your time than the fulfillment. Step number 6, schedule appointments. After collecting your daily contacts, schedule a specific time later in the day to call all remaining leads in your bank. And yes, you do need a script for this. Always need a script, no matter what anyone tells you. You want to say the perfect things at the perfect time, always. Here's the script blueprint. Number 1, you want to start by informing them of who you are and why you are calling. Hi, this is Brian with SMB Painting Services. Just calling to schedule that free estimate. Is right now a good time to talk. Ask 3 to 5 project-related questions. How old the home is, let's say. That could be a question if you're doing anything, that you need that information for. When the last time the service was performed, etc. 3, explain estimate expectations, including down payment and promotions, just like at the point of sale. But maybe in a shorter way, you just say, down payment is this. We have these promotions going on here. And at the very end is when you schedule a time to meet. If you schedule it at the beginning, they're not going to be as interested in the first 3 things if you were to do it at the beginning. You have the option of letting people schedule appointments directly from your website to eliminate the need to call them. However, it's advisable for prospects to only provide their contact information and service type in the lead form. This is because calling them beforehand builds trust and allows them to become more familiar with your company. You can also inform them about payment details and promotions in advance, so it's fresh in their mind at the point of sale, and that's always important. Priming your prospects. People value what they invest in, whether that be with money, time, or knowledge. Before the appointment, you need to give your prospect as much value as they can. The biggest value is testimonials. It's valuable to them because in their mind, they're closer to find their solution. Send this value in the form of reminder emails or texts. If you repetitively nurture your prospects with more value and make them invest more of their attention, they value what you're offering more. That's just human nature. This will be a huge driver in the amount of sales you will make. Step number 7, hire a crew. Once you have a decent amount of work, hire independent contractors to form a fulfillment team. If you have a ton of experience, hire low experienced people who you can train. If you don't have a ton of experience, hire high experienced people that you can learn from. Experienced independent contractors typically require minimal or no management. They also have the necessary knowledge and tools to complete the job. However, communication may be difficult, and they may have a more laid back approach. And the obvious, answer, uh, they cost more, right? Step number 8: create testimonials from your clients. Your site will not be fully optimized until you have social proof posted. Video is the best way to prime a prospect before the appointment. You need to make sure that before you do the exceptional work, you ask them if it would be okay to record them for a testimonial. This allows them to gain more trust in the service you are providing and selling to them. You actually should do this at the point of sale, to make your sales argument greater. Um, Once you've got 3 testimonials, you need to create a video to post on your website. You can use a free software like InShot to mash the videos together and have before and after videos playing with the client audio. Step number 9: optimize. As workload increases, hiring more employees and managing more work becomes necessary, all while maintaining marketing and sales efforts for increased revenue. Marketing and selling will yield the highest return on investment until your sales reach a point where hiring someone to handle fulfillment and door-to-door sales becomes necessary. At this point, you should also be looking for more revenue sources like Note Local News, social media, and paid advertising to add to your marketing strategies. You are relinquishing control for more freedom until you're completely free from the business and you only make large decisions for the future of the company. Getting to this point may take a few years, but is definitely within reach. Okay, now what future gateways could this opportunity open for you? Here's what to expect when you partner with us: a proven plan to reach 30K in revenue guaranteed in less than 90 days or your money back, accountability and consulting calls to help you stay on track to your goals, and a website, CRM, paper advertising designs custom tailored to your business. Now, who is this not for? This is not for people who live in a rural area and cannot move. All right, the target amount of people in the city that you are living in is 30,000. Right? If you live in a city that it's under 30,000 people in there, you can make money, you can book some work. However, you won't see the amount of success that someone would living in, a more urban area. Now, if you're still watching, chances are you're interested and qualified for our program. What I want you to do is I want you to click the link down below, fill in your details, schedule an appointment with myself or someone on my team, and we will walk you through our program um, every step of the way and see if this is something right for yourself. So click the link, book a call, and I will see you then.